Kelly or I? My leg smells like fish. Um, okay. Cordy says hi, Richard. Trying to get my trying to get myself monetized here, so not as easy as you'd think. Kawi Arai, I will not use profanity, only when I shower. How's your English, Arai? Hi, guy, the king is live. To Jess, what's up? Cordy, you know what? I'm dumb troll, but to be honest, I really like you, and I'm sorry for saying a lot of stupid things in past. Yeah, look, Cordy, I'm not gonna hold a grudge. I'm gonna be wary, but I'm not gonna hold a grudge. I mean, I had a really bad day, um, because I don't know if I have as many jobs as I had before, and they're giving me trouble, so I'm kind of trying to push this to make up for that. Kauai, I'm actually from the Netherlands, so consider that I think my English is great. What do they speak in the Netherlands? What language is your name? That's the first question. Tim Durbidge, hi Richard from New Zealand. How's your day going? Not been very productive. I kind of say that a lot, but I mean, it's like this. My computers are old. I'm trying to come up with solutions to really big problems, and really just don't have the infrastructure set up to do it. Peel the P50. Yo, Rich. Howie, how late is it in your time zone? It is just afternoon. I can live stream for about an hour before I got to jump in the shower and head off to work. And I'm probably going to work a long shift today, so oh damn. I don't know if you guys can see this, but rash from my watch again. Tejas, why do you look upset, bro? I'm just. Why doesn't everybody look upset right now? Have you not noticed the world is kind of crap? I mean, it looks like we're headed towards some kind of societal shift, but it's been looking that way for decades now. My whole life, really. And things just aren't getting better. I mean, they elected Trump to bring down the price of eggs. He ain't brought down the price of eggs. And, everybody's still supporting the guy. Hi, guy. Corky is a good guy. Eric Visser Kruma. That's really wise of you to admit yourself that I'm not feeling well. And look, you can see my hair is a mess. I've got zits. I haven't been keeping up with my treatment for my diabetes, so that may be why the zits. Although, I found out when I did my taxes that I no longer have health care. Or at least I don't think I do. And I should probably, you know, go on my healthcare website and be like, what's up? But Mike Hutcherts, heat. No, the heat's not too bad. Kawaiari, sorry to hear you had a bad day. Yeah, well, I mean, my work. One of the companies I work for, they guard critical infrastructure. They do a lot of government contracts, and it's like, you know, do understand that when they screw up, they're putting like legitimately lives in danger, and they're screwing up. And it's like, guys, you're really slow to the response here. So, like, I called HR or I emailed HR, and I'm trying to get things taken care of. But hi, guy. King is looking good. Unique fruit farming said hi. Mike Hawkart's Dutch. Mid Melt Diaries. Hello, Bruder G. Leak Ope Scene Sexy John Simmons. Anaja Nimi, what's that cell? It's not a cell, it's a fungal culture in coffee. Um I'm very depressed, so my coffee pot actually had that growing in it one day. And I was like, that looks amazing. I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm a weirdo. Jones Age '08. Hola, send me pills again. I love the pink ones. Okay. Okay. Watch out for a troll named Moody. Anija Nimi, what's the meaning of life? The meaning of life is to find your meaning. Always look on the bright side of life. Do, do, do. 40 you're a great guy, Richie, and I really understand you. I mean, life was not so good, and for real, I'm sorry for saying all those stupid stuff. Cordy, I've already said, dude. I mean, let's just leave that in the past. Mind Melt Diaries. Greetings from the Netherlands. Got a lot of Netherlands today. You're a mix between Bob Ross and Johnny Sims. I don't know who Johnny Sims is. Personally, I think I'm a mix between the Blob and Marvel's The Blob. Like the Blob is in from the movie The Blob, and then Marvel's The Blob. I think that's what I'm a mix of. No one can move the Blob. Kawi Urish. Over here it is 21.07 or 9:07 p.m. Okay. The way we would say that in English is 21:07 hours. Newbie, step it up in here. Double tap your screen. I like. It's free. Like and subscribe. Help the algorithm. Thank you, nobody. Tajaz, it's gonna be okay, bro. Start with small targets to achieve, and you can build from there. Bro, if you handed me $1 million, I might have my life right in a year. Might. Nobody. Words can inspire, thoughts can provoke, but only actions truly bring you closer to your dreams. You know, I was dealing with a trespasser. Ah, cat! Oh, Wolfie Wolf. Yes, there is your butt, and it's in my face. I was dealing with a trespasser the other day, and I stepped in front of someone to confront him. And that was an action. I was speaking without words. I was telling him, look, dude, you're in the wrong place. And I am perfectly willing to get messed up a little to protect the people I'm guarding. And, in doing so, he realizes, okay, I'm in the wrong place. I need to leave. How are you? AI Netherlands here, yes. JC, what's the background you have? I get to ask that a lot. This is from my blog, Richard, Photographs of a Mad Richard, and it is a false color of a mold growing on coffee. You know, like here's another one. I posted this on uh, October, I think of 2023. But yeah, it's like here's the black and white. I believe this is more to what it actually looked like. Oren's karma. Inflation get everybody looking depressed as hell. Yeah, bro. Paul Brad. Hey, Rich, how often do you dye your hair? I do not dye my hair. This is my natural color. What's up, Leo? Oh. Qwerty, by the way, I really like your shirt. What character is that? This is the creature from the Black Lagoon. Mike Hawkters, chins up, my dude. Yeah, chins in your mom, bro. Nobody. I'm close. I hear that a lot. Qwerty, thank you for Real Guy for saying that. Adam Jones, better take care of the diabetes. Don't want to start losing body parts. I'm nowhere near that. I mean, I became a diabetic because I was injured, and apparently it damaged my pancreas. So, what I have in this is a steep of bitter melon gourd. And bitter melon gourd is supposed to help with diabetes. Type 2, anyway. I don't know about type 1. I mean, it's basically I'm drinking something with insulin in it, and the insulin is lowering my blood sugar. Qwerty, I hope you all strangers will have good day. I was dumb troll in the past, but to be honest, I'm so effing lonely. I thought your sister kept you company. Now look at your pie, yo. Kariari, Mike Hortez. I think you're pronounce that as Mike Ho Kurtz. Okay. Michael Broggins, Cordy is buttering you up to say something creepy. Won't be the weirdest seam in this string. Easy 123. Afternoon, Richard. What's up, bro? Striker Vanny Kelly. Hi from Australia, Richard. What's up, Striker? Cagliari, I like Charlie Sheen. That's random. Guy, do you have a Discord server? No, I do not. People keep bringing up Discord. Kyron Singh. Gay! Well, I mean, thank you for coming out and being brave. I mean, I didn't know you were gay. I don't need to know you're gay. That has nothing to do with our conversation. But you go be gay. Howie Ari, Karen likes sausage. Many Karens do. Kalia69, how many types of diabetes you have? You can only have one type of diabetes. Kawiari, Jim as well. Benny Denny's, hey, pretty girl. Chris Cleary said, hi. Easy 123, do you guard famous rappers? No. Cordy, Michael, not this time, brother. I will be a good boy today. We'll see, dude. Dilka Arubu, if you had one message to the world, what would it be? Do your homework. Stop being stupid. Delka Arbu said, "Hi. Hi, guy. What's your A1C level?" I have no idea. Healthcare is kind of hard to pay for. I mean, that's kind of the slap in the face of it all. You know, like at some point, I just got so depressed I couldn't get out of bed, could hardly take care of my animals. My metabolism shut down, and I slowly crawled out of it. So I need to go get a full range of tests again. And I mean, I don't. My one job doesn't offer medical. My other job offers medical, but I don't work enough hours, and I don't. This is not an appropriate time for me to go through covered California. So, I mean, seriously, what is this BS about, not being able to get health care whenever you need health care? Shouldn't it just be like, look, I just got a job, now you have to give me health care? Well, it should be everyone gets health care, full stop. But I mean, that's not the point. Chris Clary, what was the injury that caused your diabetes? A car fell on me. It sent a shockwave through my abdomen, and apparently it damaged my pancreas. Because I wasn't doing all that great beforehand. I was pre-diabetic, and type 2 diabetes runs in my family. See, I was 350 pounds at the time, but my LBN was well over 200. So I had more than 100 pounds of fat on me, but I had a lot more muscle. And now my LBN, I mean, I haven't done a tape test, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot lower because it just pulverized my muscle. So I was a real beefy dude beforehand. I mean, like seriously, I was one beefy guy, but um, now I'm just fat. Cagliari, Gentleman's Relish. Slush Papa videos. You skipped over my comment, Rich. It happens, man. I mean, it's really hard for me to cover everybody here. Grasshopper Plus. Looking depressed. Oh, you have eyes, do you? Ricardo Volado, Animation Studios 3.0. Hello. Mike Demand. Awesome t-shirt, Mr. Neal. Yes. It was actually left here by my brother. Cordy, Richard, I'm honestly today, so I need to tell you I don't have a younger sister, and all messages from my past was just trolling. Cordy, you go to some dark places, bro. I mean, have you ever thought of getting professional? Because, I mean, that's just weird. Grasshopper Plus, type 2 of diabetes, indeed. Nat said, hi. Mashu says, hi. Mammoth, what was White and Siamese called again? Ghost. He's Ghost. It's a flame point, is the breed. Caden Clouter. Har. Cordy. I guy, thank you for real, brother. You're a good dude. Mammoth, like the breed's name. Yeah, I mean, I had a flame point, and my neighbor, who is now roasting in hell, crushed his head in the vice. So it was very painful for me. And then, lo and behold, I found another flame point, and I mean, he's not quite as loving as the first flame point, but certainly does. I do wake up with him sitting on my chest every now and again. His brother Hart is actually a lot more cuddly, but they both have respiratory issues. I honestly don't know if they're going to live that long. That's just it's a thing. And also, I don't know if I can provide them a suitable environment, but I do love my ghost. Chris Cleary, I don't see any flies today, Richard. Yeah, I mean it is a problem that's clearing up, but do understand that the summer is coming, and heat brings flies, and there are flies outside my house. Le Becholon says hi. Striker Van Kelly, we have a Medicare in OZ. Low income age vets, single income parents get free health care. Cheap scripts. America have it hard. Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. I had health care through Covered California, but the thing is that there's some problem with my taxes, and I need to like delete one of the accounts. It's this big what to do. So getting health care is just it's complicated, and even if I do get health care, I'm going to pay for it in taxes. I'm going to pay thousands of dollars in taxes. That's that's what's going on. And it's like we really should have universal health care like a big boy nation, but America is the nation that won't grow up. Grasshopper Plus, I am coming out as straight. We don't believe you, Grasshopper Plus. We all think you're gay. Hi, guy. Can we, can you we a 24-hour live stream? Hi, guy. I don't understand what that means. And I mean, I don't know how I would live. What would I do for 24 hours on live stream? How would I pay? Cat Cash. The net has driven humans insane. Mammoth Richard. What breed is Ghost called again? He is a flame point. I might be getting that wrong. Let me. Yeah, flame point. Um. Okay. So a flame point suffers from leucism, or it's a leucistic cat, as opposed to albinism or albino, which is pure white with pink eyes. The flame point has brown markings and blue eyes. So there are other leucistic cats, and I don't know if they're all called flame points. But you can see leucism in humans, you can see leucism in birds, you can see leucism in sharks. It, almost any species can have them. James, hello, bro. What is the channel about? It's not about anything in particular. It's about my life. I do these live streams. People tend to like them. James, hello, bro. Or yeah, Cordy. Yeah, I know, Richard. I'm really deep into dark stuff. You don't all even know how bad or a person I was, but I really try to be better. We can't change the past, bro. I'm still deep into that stuff. Demons are real. My sister's the devil. You don't think I know demons are real? Seriously, bro. 5000K said hi. Mr. Parmesan, the move. Cordy Cordy, you will only know if you will follow this dark path. Bro, I've shaken hands with a demon. I mean, I have seen demons. Like, legit. I met a demon who was destroying a church in Los Angeles, a Methodist church. I'm not kidding you. You know, this is an experience I've had in my life. It was weird. And I worked at a building that was inhabited by a demon. Path. Oh my days. Mammoth. Cordy Cordy. Dude, there's just thoughts. Don't give them personality or anything. If anything, write them down, then burn the pages. Unless you'd want to try professional, but if you also in this, I'm guessing it didn't help. VM said, hard. Gaster. Dog. Mr. Parmesan, if you don't like where you live, just leave. It is an issue with taxes. You have obviously made more money. Um, Not even getting into that. Cordy Cordy, Mammoth, thank you, brother, for kind words. Richard, you really have good people here. I'm in Europe. Really, what part of Europe? Derek Jurgen, what up, pimp? How is it hanging? I need a shower, but I'm gonna do that right before I go to work. So it's a little ripe. VMH Richie, how you doing? I'm all right, man. Mammoth. Oh, Jen Ramirez. Hello. Paul Sab. I'm being completely serious. Fart all over me. I pay 150 an hour, and you only need to wear a cut-off tank top. Cool. Well, now that's a fetish I didn't need to hear about. The Cuke Gamer, BWB on top. Demons. Cordy Cordy, please tell me more about your experience with demons. It's really interesting. Um, like I say, you know, my father was a Methodist for part of his life. He had had surgery, so I went to his church, or I drove him to his church, and I mean, this was back around the turn of the century, and they had a new pastor, and the new pastor was apparently a demon. And within 6 months of him being a pastor, he had angered the most wealthy members of the church and gotten them to leave, and he had put the church in terrible debt. And the church just kept going deeper and deeper into debt. So he appeared to be a demon. And one of the interesting things about him is he was always cold to the touch because I shook his hand more than once. And no matter what, he could never recognize me. So I mean, we met several times, and I look like you would know my father and I are related if you had seen the man, and he could not recognize me. And I attended his service once in full security uniform and sat in the front row, and he couldn't recognize me. It was very strange. Kashin Makurai, like, subscribe Karma BL Cheek. Okay, I don't know what language that is. VM Paul, no one finds you funny. Mr. Parmesan is laughing. Cordy Cordy Paul, I was also in your place. You will change. Trust me. What a brand. Hybe. Hybe, I'm from South Africa. I miss the rain down in Africa. Jen Ramirez, what was for lunch in having sushi, but it's only potato, so seafood yum rolls. I have not decided what I'm going to have for lunch yet. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. I think I had bitter milk gourd tea. One of the things about my diabetes is that my blood sugar obviously stays up, so I don't need to eat as often as normal people. VM, do you like living in California? could move to another state, what would it be? I do like living in California. I mean, there are good things and bad things about any place. So I love California. I love the amusement parks, and I love that there's Costco's everywhere, and we have the best of everything in California, but we also have massive poverty and terrible things. So there's the good and the bad, and I've never lived anywhere else, so I don't know if I would want to live anywhere else. Easy one, two, three. Hmm, what's Pop's facially blind? I don't know what you mean. Jen Ramirez. I know an atheist who owns a church but lets a pastor run it. Look, I'm conflicted. I'm not very religious. I don't really believe in religion. I mean, I generally think of, like, I consider myself philosophically a Jew. I follow philosophical concepts that I learned in Judaism. The idea of not scarring or marking the body and not drinking until you get drunk and things like that are all parts of my philosophy, but don't really consider myself very religious. But I mean, like every now and again I see something that it's like, okay, that's weird. That would imply that certainly there's at least a supernatural. Mr. Parmesan, come to Chicago. Haha. Talon Farbit is mole on screen. Mold. Yes, it's mold. Fungi. Tejas, why don't you like Trump? As someone who's not American, he is just a funny, crazy guy. Trump brings out hatred in everyone. Parmesan, you don't like Trump? No, I'm a Californian. Most of us don't. There are a lot of weird Californians who do, but look, everything I've seen about Donald Trump tells me that he is a bad person. And, it's like if you watch Fox News, I don't believe them. I hear them and I don't believe them. Tristan Smith. What's up, Richard? Not much, bro. Colson Johnson. Dumb. Sounds like you are. Mammoth. They're all bad people. Yes, but one of them is crashing the global economy right now. And it's like, oh, we're doing that to get a better deal. No, this is insane. You're losing what we call soft power, which is the ability to get what we want out of people without, force. And it's like this idea that we should, have a ceasefire in Ukraine is also insane. What we should be doing, the Russians have proved they have no nuclear arsenal. We should be saying, okay, look, dude, either you pull out of Ukraine or America gets into the war, and we're going to flatten you. We're going to roll over you like you didn't exist. It's roach meat shoe at this point. Uh, Colson Johnson, no, he's not. He's a good, unlike you. Okay, tell me something good about him. I'll almost certainly find it's a lie. Mr. Parmesan, like what the media, right? Everybody's fed their lies. VM, I can't believe people can even ask why one dislikes Trump. Look, there's the thing, VM. A Trump supporter looks at a non-Trump supporter and says, "I can't believe you don't support Trump." And then a non-Trump supporter looks at a Trump supporter and says, "I can't believe you support Trump." And then they both point at each other and say, "Hypocrite, misinformed." And that's the thing is that everything is wrong to a certain degree, but it's like, yeah, there were problems. I have problems with Biden. There are times Biden's done things and I'd like to punch him in the face for it. But, you know, do understand that Trump lit a fire in this country, and I don't know if what's burning is what we want to burn. Tristan Smith, guess what? Your blood pressure's down? How are you doing, by the way, Tristan? You haven't mentioned. I mean, last I heard, you were in pretty poor shape. So, I mean, I'd really like to know how's your health. Colossus Jensen, Trump is good, is he? Mammoth, they're psychos. Mr. Parmesan, what's gonna boom eventually? Colin Johnson, Trump is good. Okay, Johnson needs a timeout here. Let's give him 10 minutes. Mammoth, I didn't vote. You know, politics doesn't care if you care about it. Politics cares about you. General Ramirez, my friend is a security guard and was chased out of a train station after hours on camera by something smoky and white. Well, if it was smoky and brown, my sister farted. Mr. Parmesan, yes, we should go to war. You're great. Um, Mr. Parmesan, I hate to break it to you. We are at war with Russia. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, we are at war with Russia. It's primarily a cyber war. They're attacking us digitally, but they are attacking us. You know, and here is again the thing: if we don't stop Russia in Ukraine, America will be in a hot war with China. And you don't want to be there. Okay? I grant China doesn't look like it could put up that much of a fight, but Americans are going to die, and I don't like that. So I'm saying let's nip this in the bud. Let's stop it where it is. Riley for the world. Richard, the Torah does not deem the intercourse of a child who is less than 3 years old to be like that of one who is 3 years old. What's up with that? Um, I do not know to what you were referring. Do understand, Riley? There's a lot of things in the Torah that a Reformed Jew, don't accept. Okay, we're more of a it was inspired by, so we can find wisdom. But I mean, being a Reformed Jew is actually more of a way of just saying, I'm not going to give up my heritage. But you're going to find something really weird and creepy in every religion. That's just kind of how religion works. Mammoth, oh yes, the endless war. Yay, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, look, Russia is trying to return to power. They want Ukraine for its wheat fields, for its economic boons. And I mean, it's like Russia, they only have one aircraft carrier, and it isn't even seaworthy. They breach our airspace every day with nuclear bombers. And I'm just going, you know what? Maybe it's time we just told them enough is enough. Maybe it's time we started shooting those bombers down because they just don't have the force to oppose us. I mean, the war would have been over had Biden not put kid gloves on Ukraine. Tejas, but the market goes down even more. Yes, Trump is crashing the market. What do you want? Cagliari, I am the horseman. I am mentally mad. Paul Sapp, Richard, please answer my earlier question about demon spells. I need your expert help. This is serious. You're going to have to ask it again, and I probably don't know the answer. Christian Smith, I turned 27 in 9 hours, brother. Happy birthday, bro. Yeah, my purse stays around uh, purse 100 to 110. My BP stays around 140, 100. It's a good question. What's my heart rate? Let's give that a few minutes. Mammoth, I'm outside with my cats. Sounds like fun. Derek Jurgen, I don't know if the Bible says it's not to be argued about. I believe you do on the wrong thing and believe it is right. God will show you the truth. You can get the until God I never had a chance. You know, bro, I worked with the homeless and some of them really needed God. I'm not saying God's real. I'm saying they needed him. And that is one of the reasons you see that I seem to know a lot about Christianity despite being a Jew, is that I studied Christianity because I needed to help people, right? I don't care what religion you need. If you need religion, I'm going to look up that religion in order to help you. That was what I would do with the homeless. Mammoth, like USS citizens. Riley for the world. Yes, thank you, Richard. Jews rock. Damn Skippy. Mammoth, yeah, China is fine because of our trades. They have made great improvements. Yeah, but it is currently believed that as early as next year, we may be in open war with China. Okay? And, I mean, on the one hand, we're probably going to pummel China. But on the other hand, they may be able to produce aircraft and ships far faster than us. And, I mean, nobody wants. Well, America does not want a war. I don't want to see Americans dying in battle. But, it's like you just. One of the things that you have trouble understanding is we could rock Russia so hard. Like, I would be like, "Hey Putin, how much you want to? I bet you we could destroy your one and only aircraft carrier. Uh, you know, if we do that, will you pull out of the war? That's one thing. What's up, Hart? You want to give me a nice big boogie? Okay. He's not feeling well either. Come here. It's my boy. It's my boy. Yeah. This breed is referred to as a twist. Kebalog vlog. Real talk. Long do you have a Peppa Pig? No, I don't. Jay Crizzle, one of the cooler things written is the Book of Isaac. Don't get a cow, man. Get a cow? Linda Joe, oh my, why have you been picking your face? Groove Mod, Lindsay, way to say nothing of value. Ugh. Mammoth, lol, Maggie is the flame point. She's rolling around in the sun. The Q Gamer, who would win in a battle, BWB or 100 to 110 demons? I believe Beelzebub commands more legions than 110 demons, so his forces would pretty much win beyond measure. Beelzebub is a high-ranking demon, and his forces in hell are reputed to be quite strong. Jay Crizzle, all jokes aside, my favorite boss was really Christian. Was a good dude. Adam S. Hey RLN. Riley for the world. Hi Adam. Jay Crizzle. Yo Adam. Adam S. Jay Crizzle. Yeah. Big Riley. Point Lens. I love cats. Me too. Mammoth. Nice spots. Yeah. I don't know if you can see, but he's got a heart, which is why I call him Hearts. Um, Pong lenses. What a nice kitty. Cute kitty. Yeah. Very loving animal. Taco Bell. Cheeseburger. Mammoth. Shoulder kitty. He's probably going to get a lot bigger. He's young. Taco Bell. Do you like cheeseburger? Yes, indeed I do. Naya, I would like to adopt this kitty. Do you live in Los Angeles? VM, do you like Game of Thrones? Not really. Haven't really seen it. I mean, I was told it was great until the last season, and the last book hasn't come out. They will keep your attention by any boobs necessary. Not those ones, not those ones! IQ Val... Bro, what is... This is heart. AJ Stem, can you ply Ultra Kill? He's going and sitting with his auntie. Auntie Storm. AJ Stem said hi. VM, do you go on Reddit? If so, which subreddits? Not very commonly. No. AJ Stem, yes or no? I don't know what an Ultra Kill is, so I probably cannot play it. Grasshopper Plus, miss me. No. You want another timeout, Grasshopper? I'll give you a 24-hour timeout. What's wrong, Mr. Fleeth? VM, lol, Grasshopper Plus. Shaken scared. Bozo the Clown, where's your neck? In your mom. She tastes funny. Okay, guys, we got about 10 minutes left here. I mean, it's slowing down. I got no problem leaving now, but we got about 10 minutes left. As I say, I'm not going to be on till sometime early tomorrow morning, so California time. And by early, I mean like, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So that's why I'm doing this now. VM, I love Bozo's mom. Dude, everybody's loved Bozo's mom. Bozo the Clown probably does cause she a crackhead. Wendy's neck reveal. Rally for the world. I hope you enjoy your day, Richard. Thanks for your honesty. Daniel Seton, Big Back. Bozo the Clown, Molly Wop. Is that what your mom's name is? I forget. Molly? She certainly gets whopped a lot. Mammoth, Zoinks! Bozo the Clown, so does your chin. Quick Mart, anyone here have a A47 works first? Me loaded the magazine with bullets, then inserted the mag into the rifle, pull back the charging handle to chamber around, take the safety off, aim and fire. It's really not complex, cock it and pull it. Hey Luna. Hi. Daniel Satin. I did mean to do that. I'm sorry for call you a big back. You have an obsession with men's backs. We all understand. You're just looking at men's backs all day long, aren't you? Aloha, stop being mean, guys. Mammoth, Shaggy, and Scooby get stoned and spit roast Scrappy alive over the fire, cackling to each other. That's not something you do when you're stoned. That's acid, bro. Quick Mark, do a neck reveal after I do your mom. Aloha. Yo, Cassio, are you Cassio? No, I am not. A.D. Zasta, would you rather watch a tree grow or your knee grow? VMs. Pit roasting is what me and Richie do to Bozo's mom. Yeah. Adam Jones. Patrick Melton wants to do a collab with you. He enjoys your content. Well, have him contact me then. Mammoth. LMFAO. Ardmore, you look better in person. Shrieker Van Kelly, do you read fave books recommendations? For nonfiction, I highly recommend Trends and Phantoms in the Brain. Also, Holy Blood, Holy Grail is an excellent book. For fiction, you could never go wrong with Dickens. I'm a big fan of Eric Nyland, and I think I own every book by Eric Nyland at this point. But a big fan of Eric Nyland, big fan of Isaac Asimov. I've read extensively King, but I mean, I find it like he starts well and ends poorly. And then, yeah, I mean, it depends on your interest. You have to give me little more intro into who you are and what you're looking for. I mean, it's just one of those things. Everybody's different. Why do live streams make me drowsy? Mr. Potato Bro actually said it. Mammoth, better yet, the give Scrappy Lad and watch him wig out whilst laughing at his expense. LSD. I don't think giving Scrappy LSD would be a good idea. Adam Jones, have you ever tried Bud Light Chelada? They're pretty. No, I have not. Mammoth. I love Lovecraft a lot. You know, Mammoth. I have only read a small amount of Lovecraft. I don't even remember which one I read at this point. I know I took a lot of quotes from it. Um, it was the one where they had the barn and they were keeping the spawn of Yog-Sothoth in there. So yeah, Lovecraft. I mean, I I know there's a copy of Lovecraft in this room somewhere, like a selection of Lovecraft, but that's just one road I haven't been down yet. F or VM, what's your opinion on Stephen King novels? They tend to start better than they end. The Green Mile would probably be my favorite. After that would be The Gunslinger. I did not care for The Wizard in Glass. I mean, that was that a slog. Striker Van Kelly reading Asimov collection to my son. Cool. Um, you might want to check out the Norby books, which he wrote with his wife, like Norby Down to Earth. They're a little more kid friendly than normal Asimov. And the great thing about Asimov is that he is a plain speaker, so what he talks about is very absorbable, very understandable. He's a very normal person in odd situation kind of a writer. Artmore, did you just wake up? No, I'm doing this before I shower for work. Bozo the Clown. Nah, his blood sugar getting low. He needs 2 liter Pepsi. You should see what your mom does with 2 liters of Pepsi. Striker Van Kelly. Stephen King's great. Then Clive Barker took over. I haven't read much Barker. Artmore. You never sleep. I sleep. Okay, guys. I mean, I'm going to be jumping in the shower soon, so last call for questions, all right? Or comments, or whatever you want to call them. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Artmore, row. Are you good in bed? Your mom thinks so. Mm. What I need is coffee. Anyway. Oh, Artmore, tell your cat to call me back. I miss him. VM, what's your best foreign accent? I believe would be Russian. Very much Russian, but that's the one I have done most. Have done much Russian. In past have done Deutsch, but not so much now. Russian is what I do. I've done some English and I think I'm okay at it, but I wouldn't say my English is good. You know, I think any Englishman would be able to say clearly, this is not an Englishman, this is an American trying to speak like an Englishman. VM, can you do Indian or Chinese? Not really. I mean, I if I had to do them, I could look them up and practice them a while, but foreign dialects are not something I've fostered much because I just don't have much of a use for it. Okay, so my BPM right now is 84. That was something we spoke of earlier in the show. Now, we've passed the hour mark, guys. Cattle Prince, gay Russian. I don't know how that would work. Anyway, so I'm going to go. See y'all later. Have a good day.